All right, y'all. We need y'all to get in here. Hey, baby. Hey, King Love. I need y'all to like this video. But, honey, when I tell you, what I just read about this Quinton Sanders situation out of Indianapolis, I had to get from my computer, y'all. I had to walk around my living room. I had to look out the window and just breathe for a minute because some of these stories, right? Some stories you read and you go, man, that's messed up right there. That's messed up right there. But I seen worse. But then there's some stories where the details just keep stacking. And every details make you just madder than the one before. And by the time you get to the end of the article, you ain't even sad no more. You know, you just get furious. You you're furious at every single person in the room, including the victim, including the woman, including the mamas and the daddies who raised this man, including the church that filled his head with nonsense about being the head of the household, but never taught him how to be a man, including yourself for even being surprised. Okay. So this is one of them stories. 31-year-old Quinton Sanders. This story's happened in Indianapolis. This happened Sunday morning, this past Sunday, which was a couple of days ago. 4 o'clock in the morning on May the 24th. That was, May the 24th. That was recent. Shot and killed his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. He shot and killed his ex-girlfriend, new boyfriend. Za'Sean Davis, the light-skinned dude, that is the new boyfriend, Za'Sean Davis. He is dead now, 29 years old. Shot him through the car window at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm going to tell y'all the whole thing. But I need y'all to understand something before we even get into the details, y'all. This ain't just about a jealous ex story. This ain't just about toxic masculinity or whoever word we using this week. You know how y'all change up so much. This is a whole culture of worship. This is what happens when a man believes a woman is his property. He misplaced, and now he got to destroy whoever picked it up. I want to know, do y'all believe a woman is a man's property? Press 1 if you feel like a woman is a man's property, okay? Press 4 if you don't believe in that crap. You against that. These men feel like, hey, they own you, ladies, when they get with you. You better let them know. You better have these conversations. You better get these understanding because it's your life or somebody else's life involved. And sad for the brother, man, when you get with these women, you really got to know, do they got a taste of thug? If you with a woman and a woman says that she like them thug or she used to like the thugs, nigga, you better run. You better get away from her because you don't know who in her past. You don't know who she's been dealing with. She is a liability. And who people dealing with and what they sleeping with in their past, it matters and it counts. Yes, I'm judging you for your past. Damn, I'm going to judge. I want to know your past so I can judge. I want to decide if I'm going to be dealing with it or not. Behind it, y'all women, y'all better wise up because they dropping y'all like flies out here in these streets. Well, this case, it's a man dead. Damn, you men better wise up getting with these women trying to fall in love. Fuck love. Hell, the man done died. He ain't had shit to do with it. But because he was a new boyfriend, honey, he dead. Y'all get these likes up. Come on. So this is what happens when black mamas raise black sons to believe that their feelings are more important than anybody else's safety. These black men feel like their feelings is more important than your body, than a black man body. What happened? Why are black straight men killing another black straight man? What is going on? Okay, this is what happens when black daddies if they even around, teach their sons that real men don't cry, but never teach them that real men don't kill. Why don't y'all teach y'all boys real men don't kill? Okay. This is what happens when the church tell these men that priest of the home, but never teaches them that priest serves, he don't slaughter. And the part that made me get up and walk around my living room, after he did it, after he done shot and killed that man, after he done executed this 29-year-old boy, now he ain't a boy, 29-year-old man through a car window. Damn, he didn't even see it coming, y'all. It's 4:00 in the morning. He getting ready for work, probably, you know? And next thing you know, you hear a tap, 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 boom, and your ass is gone. Damn. He didn't even see it coming, honey. And after he answered the victim's phone, called and told him, okay, bet, like he was accepting a challenge. After he answered the victim's phone call, he answered the victim phone's call and told him, okay, bet, like he accepting a challenge. After all that, he looked at the police and said, I'm not a bad person. I'm not a monster or anything. That's what he told the police after he done shot and killed that 20-year-old non-black man. Nigga, what? You just killed a black man in cold blood. You pulled your ex out the car by force. Yeah, he pulled the ex out the car by force. He yanked her ass out the car. You took her phone. You drove her around against her will. You watched her walk to her new man's car. You ran up to the window and you shot him and you tried to flee. Then found blood on your hoodie and the gun still in your damn pocket. But you're not a monster. Ooh, honey. Y'all see, y'all better, you women better leave these men alone. Ooh, and you men better leave these women alone. Y'all just need to sit down. Y'all need to just stop all this shit. Just sit down somewhere. And honey, you looking at detectives, grown men with badges who see death every day. Every day they see death. Hell. And you trying to sell them the idea that you ain't no damn monster. Man, he's crazy. Honey, baby, sweetheart. You are a monster. You a monster, honey. Quinton, you a monster, dog. You exactly what the monster look like. You are the reasons mothers tell their sons don't go certain places, nigga. Okay? You are the reason why mothers tell their sons don't go certain places. You are the reason women got apps on their phone to share their location with their friends. You are the reason, okay? You are the reason that Za'Sean Davis is dead at 29 years old. You are the reason. And we're going to talk about it all, honey. Y'all got time today? Press 2 if y'all got some time today. We're going to talk about it all because I got thoughts. I got a lot of thoughts. And none of them are pretty, honey. We dragging black men. We dragging black women. We dragging the mamas and the daddies. We dragging the church. We dragging the culture because all of y'all had a hand in this. All of y'all. Okay? So look. Let me walk y'all through it step by step because, honey, here is what makes this so calculated. So evil. This wasn't no crime of passion. This wasn't no heat of the moment, snap. No. This was a man who had time to think. He had time today. He got time today. He had time to think. He had time to change his mind. He had multiple off-ramps. He could have get off the highway, dude. And he took none of them. It started Saturday night, going into Sunday morning, Quinton Sanders, 31, is with his ex-girlfriend in his vehicle. They're near a hotel. They driving around. Now, right here is the first question I got. Why is she in the car with her ex at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning? Why in the hell is she in the car with her ex at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning? And before y'all come for me, before y'all say, Gigi, you blaming the victim? No, I'm not blaming her for what he did. But we got to be real about the setup here. We got to be real about how these situations escalate. Because if we don't talk about the setup, we can't talk about prevention. Okay? Okay? So they in a car. They stop at CVS parking lot. And this is where Quinton takes her phone, won't give it back. She's asking, begging probably. He's refusing. Then he forcefully pulls her out the car, leaves, okay? Leaves and a bruise or something on her elbow. Marks all on her body after he done forced her ass out the car. Now, right here, this is assault. This is domestic battery. This is a crime already committed. She should have been able to call the police right here and have his ass arrested, but she couldn't because he had her phone. And she had nowhere to go. CVS parking lot, probably empty, probably dark. So she gets back in the car and tells him to take her home. And while this is happening, while this man got her trapped in his vehicle, took her communication, put hands on her new boyfriend, Sean, is calling her repeatedly, back to back to back to back to back. Sean is calling her back to back to back to back to back to back over and over and over again because he's worried. Because he knows something ain't right. Because he probably been in a situation before where a woman's ex wouldn't leave her alone. And Quinton Sanders, this man who will later claim he ain't no monster, he answers the phone. He answers the phone, talks to Sean, the man whose girlfriend he just assaulted and kidnapped. He talks to him and then hangs up and says, oh, he's on his way. Okay, bet. Oh, he on his way. Okay, bet. Woo! I tell you, I'm glad I don't got problems like y'all got problems, baby. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Woo! Honey, if I was Sean, I'd be like, you can keep that hoe. Okay, I'm not about to deal with this bullshit. Man, I can't be no man because I'm not no fucking man. I'm not going to stand up to be a man. Hell no, y'all, you asses out on your own. Save yourself. I'm sorry. Oh, you beating her ass? I'm so sorry to hear that. I'll call y'all back. Go ahead. I don't want no parts, okay? I done heard your ass is crazy. You got a record, nigga. I'm trying to live to see tomorrow. Hell. Shit, bros over hoes. Okay. But I guess Sean is a hero, you know? That's a good type of man to have around, you know? I sure want Sean to save my days, honey, okay? I definitely want a man like Sean. Shit. Sean gonna take a bullet for you. He gonna ride for you. Okay, and he handsome too. But honey, woo, y'all hear that? Okay, he on his way, bet. Y'all hear that? Okay, bet. That's not fear. That's not no panic. That's not, oh, her boyfriend coming. I better leave. That's acceptance. That's a confirmation. That's good. Come here, bring here, boy. Come on, boy. I got something for him too. Yeah, that's what that is. So they get to her house. Sean pulls up. Now the ex-girlfriend And I keep calling her that because that's what she is. She's done with this man. She tells Quinton she's scared of him. What the fuck? She tells Quinton that she is scared of Sean, her current boyfriend. She tells Quinton she's scared of Sean. She don't want him around. That's what she says. She don't want Sean around. She walks towards Sean's car. She gets to the driver's side window. She probably telling Sean what happened, probably crying, probably saying, let's just go, let's leave. And Quinton runs up to the window and shoots him. Through the glass into the car and kills him. Then tries to drive away. Police catch him nearby, blood on his hoodie, gun in his pocket. Now, I need y'all to understand something. The time between him taking her phone and shooting Sean, that's not minutes. That's not a snap decision. That's hours. Hours where he could have let her go. Hours where he could have dropped her off at the hotel. Hours where he could have given her the phone and let her call for help. Hours where he could have just driven away. But he didn't. Because this wasn't about love. This wasn't about heartbreak. This was about ownership. This was about punishment. This was about, if I can't have you, nobody can. And I'm going to make sure the next man knows what happens when you take what's mine. And now we got to talk about the part that nobody wants to talk about. The part that makes Black men mad. The part that makes them run to the comments talking about not all men. And why? Why are you always attacking us? What about Black women? We're going to talk about it anyway because I'm tired. I'm tired of the tiptoeing around Black men's feeling while Black people are dying. Quinton Sanders is 31 years old. 31. That's a grown-ass man. That's a man who should have learned by now that rejection is a part of life. That is a woman leaving you is not an attack on your manhood. That's another man dating your ex is not a personal insult that requires a death sentence. But he didn't learn that because nobody taught him. And I need Black parents, especially Black mothers, because y'all the ones usually doing the raising when the daddy ain't around, and most of the daddies ain't around. I need y'all to hear this with every fiber of your being. When you raise a Black boy to believe that his emotions are too dangerous to express, you create a Black man who expresses them with violence. When you tell him to stop crying, be a man, but you never teach him what a man is, you create a man who thinks masculinity is control. Masculinity is dominance. Masculinity is, I get what I want or somebody getting hurt. When you let him watch you tolerate abuse from his father, from your boyfriends, from the world, and you never show him what a healthy love looks like. You create a man who thinks love and violence are the same damn thing. And I'm just not talking about Quinton's mama. I'm talking about all of us, the aunties who say he just passionate, the grandmas who say he'll come from a good family. Yes, he did. He come from a good family. The cousins who make excuses, the friends who see the red flags and say, that's just how he is. Oh, child, that's just how he is. No, that's not how he is. That's a failure. That's a parenting failure. That's a community failure. That's a masculinity failure. Because a 31-year-old man who cannot handle his ex-girlfriend moving on without killing somebody, that is a man who has never taught emotional irregulation. That is a man who was never taught that his worth is not tied to a woman's body. That is a man who was never taught that no is a complete sentence and rejection is not war. Nobody's teaching these monsters, okay? And I know some of y'all in the comments right now typing, what about the fathers? Yes, what about the fathers? Where was Quinton's daddy? Where was the man who was supposed to teach him how to be a man? Because let me tell you something, and I don't care who gets mad, a boy cannot learn how to be a man from a woman alone. He cannot learn how to treat a woman. He can learn respect, but he needs a man to show him what manhood looks like when it's healthy. What manhood looks like when it's protective without being possessive. What manhood looks like when a man gets rejected and he just keep living. But too many black daddies ain't around. Too many black daddies ain't around. And the ones who are around, some of them teaching the wrong lessons, teaching that real men don't take no mess, teaching that if she leaves you, she was never yours, teaching that jealousy is proof of love, teaching that controlling a woman is leading her. And the church, oh, we're going to get to the church. But right now, I'm talking about these mammies, these mamas, and these daddies who look at their sons and see princess, when the rest of the world is seeing a potential predator. Quinton Sanders had a mama. Quinton Sanders probably had people who loved him. And somewhere along that line, all of them failed to teach him the most basic lesson of adulthood. You do not own people. You do not own people. You do not kill people because your feelings are hurt. You do not get to destroy lives because you can't handle rejection. And now, a 29-year-old black man is dead. And Quinton mama, if she's watching this, if she's alive, if she cares, she got to live with the fact that her boy she raised became a monster. And she got to ask herself, where did I go wrong? What did I miss? What did I teach him or not teach him that made him believe that execution was an acceptable response to a breakup? And I don't want to hear, you can't blame the parents. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. When your grown child commits murder, I can blame you because you had 18 years, 18 motherfucking years. You had 20 years. You had 31 years to instill basic human dignity, and you didn't. You failed to do that. And now we got to talk about the women, honey, because I know this is the part where some of y'all going to get in y'all feelings. I know. But we doing it anyway because, honey, I'm Gigi Medici, and I don't do comfortable. I do true. Black women, my sisters, my community, my heart. What are we doing? What are we doing? This woman, this ex-girlfriend, she was in the car with her ex at 4 o'clock in the morning. She let him take her phone. She let him put her out the car. She got back in the car. She let him drive to her home. She walked to her man's new car while her ex, a man she told she was scared of, just watching. I need to know, what was this, the depression, this desperation? What is this? What is this need to be chosen even by a man who just assaulted you? What makes you put your life and other people's lives in danger? Because I see it over and over again. I see black women talking about I love church, I'm a Christian, I pray, I read my Bible, I love the Lord, then turn around and they sleeping with Satan. They dating demons. They are letting men who show them every red flag. They're controlling behavior. These men are jealous. They try to isolate, taking phones, putting hands on them. They letting these men in their beds, into their hearts, and into their lives, and then get shocked when the demon act like a demon. Honey, baby, sweetheart, you cannot have a man, you cannot love a man into safety. You cannot pray a man into nonviolence. You cannot church a man into respecting your boundaries. When he takes your phone, he's telling you who he is. When he pulls you out that damn car by force, he's showing you who he is. When he answers your man's call and say, okay, bet, he's promising you what's coming. And the fact that you got back in that damn car, the fact that you went to that damn house, the fact that you walked to Sean's window while Quinton was still there watching you, that's not just trauma. That's not just fear. That's also a choice. That's also a decision that you made, a series of decisions that put a man's life in danger. And I'm saying this with love. I'm saying this as somebody who's been in situations where I made excuses for men who showed me exactly who they were. I'm saying this from a raised in Detroit who had to learn the hard way that when a man shows you he's dangerous, you don't try to fix him. You don't try to fix no man. You don't try to understand no man. You get away. Simple. 1, 2, 3. ABC. Too many black women, too many sisters. Y'all be so desperate to be chosen, so desperate to be the one he changed for, so desperate to prove that your love is special enough to tame a beast, that your church girl energy is holy enough to cleanse a sinner. That you be thinking your body is magical enough to convert a demon into an angel. It ain't gonna happen. And I'm here to tell you, it's not you. Your love ain't that powerful. Your love is not that powerful. Your church attendance is not that anointed. And your good intentions ain't that bulletproof. You know what the Bible says? Buy ye not unequally yoked with unbelievers, but y'all not just unequally yoked. Y'all yoked with murderers. You yoked with murderers. You get yoked with abusers. Y'all are yoked with men who show you their true nature. And you look at them and say, but he prays sometimes. He go to church sometimes. He can change. He said he loves me. He prays sometimes. Girl, Satan can quote a damn scripture. Satan can read you the Bible here and there, okay? The devil went to church. Hell. That don't mean shit, okay? And this pick me energy, this I can handle him. I understand him. I'm the only one who gets him energy. It's killing us. It's killing black women. It's killing the men who try to love black women. It's killing the damn community because this ex-girlfriend had left Quinton alone. If she would have left this man alone, Quinton, if she would have left that ex-man alone, Quinton, really, really left him, I'm talking about blocked him, changed her number, got a restraining order, told her friends, do not let me near this man. Za'Sean Davis would still be alive. If she had recognized that a man who takes your phone and pulls you out the car is not somebody to negotiate with, Sean will possibly still be alive. But she didn't because she probably believed, like too many of us believe, that she could manage him, that she was strong enough, that her love was strong enough, that God would protect her. And God did protect her, gave her a warning. God showed her the red flag. God let her see exactly who Quinton was in that CVS parking lot. And she ignored the warning. She got back in her car. She went to the damn house. She went to the damn house. She walked to Sean's window, and Sean died because she didn't listen. I'm not saying this to shame her. I'm saying this to save the next woman. I'm saying this to the woman watching right now who got Quinton in her life, who got a man who takes her phone, who checks her location, who gets mad when she talks to other men, who just has a temper, who only acts like that when he's drinking, who, oh, really loves me. He just shows it different. No, he shows it exactly how he feels. He loves, he feels like he owns you, and ownership always ends in violence. Always. Leave him, block him, tell your mama, tell your friends, call the police, get a restraining order, change your number, move if you have to, but do not let your pick me energy, your need to be chosen, your need to be special, you need to prove that your love is a magic ingredient. Do not let that energy get you killed or get somebody else killed, because Sean Davis is dead and his blood is on Quinton's hands. But it's also on the culture that tells women to stand by your man, even when your man is a murderer waiting to happen. And now I got to talk about Sean, because in all this coverage of the story, he's getting lost. He's becoming the victim. He's faceless, just a name in an article. But he was a person. He was 29 years old. He went to, I believe they said, some technical high school. He was well known in Indianapolis. He has friends. He had a family. He had a girlfriend who he was worried about at 4 o'clock in the morning. And he died because he cared. He died because he cared. He died because he answered the phone when his girl was in trouble. He died because he got in his car and drove to her. He died because he pulled up to her house and waited in that driver's seat while she walked over to him. He didn't know. He couldn't have known, because who really thinks that an ex-boyfriend is going to execute you through a car window while your girlfriend is standing right there? But here's what breaks me. Here's what made me have to walk around my room, honey. Sean Davis was doing what we tell men to do. We tell men to be protective, be worried, show up for your woman. Don't let her be out here with her ex at 4 o'clock in the morning. Go get her, make sure she's safe. And he did all that and it killed him. So what do we tell men now? Don't show up. Let her handle her own ex. If she's with her abusive ex at 4 o'clock in the morning, that's her problem. No, we can't say that. We can't tell men to stop caring. We can't tell men to stop showing up, because the problem ain't that Sean cared. The problem is not that Sean drove to her house. The problem is Quinton Sanders existed in a world where he believed he had the right to kill any man who came near this woman. The problem is that we raise men, especially black men, to believe that ownership is love, that jealousy is passion, that controlling a woman is being a man. The violence is the appropriate response to rejection. That is what we teach them. And I need us to be real about this. I need us to stop romancing the ride or die culture. I need us to stop acting like man who won't let you leave is just a man that really loves you. You hear it all the time. I want a man, he ain't gonna let me leave. He gonna kill me before he let me leave. Okay. I need us to stop calling possessiveness protective. Okay. Because that's what creates monsters like Quinton. That's what creates men who think I'm not a monster after they just committed a monster act. Hell, Sean Davis should be alive. He should be 29 and going to work and texting his girlfriend and living his life. And instead, he's a headline, a victim, a cautionary tale. And that ain't right. That ain't fair. It just not. Now, I've been thinking about this quote all day since I first read it. Quinton Sanders in the police custody with the blood on his hoodie and a gun in his pocket, looking at the detectives and saying, I'm not a bad person. I'm not no monster or anything. And I want to unpack this because this ain't just denial. This ain't just, I got caught, so let me play innocent. This is deeper than that. This is a whole mindset framework that we see over and over and over again in these cases. Men who kill women they claim to love, men who kill other men over women they don't even have a relationship with anymore, men who commit the most craziest acts of violence, then stand there confused about why everybody looking at them like they did something wrong. And it comes from a place of entitlement, a place of my feelings justify my actions, a place of she made me do this, a place of he shouldn't have been there, a place of where there's pain, where there's rejection, there's jealousy, there's anger. It is so important, so centered, so real to them that literally they cannot process that they did something wrong. Quinton Sanders don't think he's a monster because in his mind, he was the victim. He was the one who got left. He was the one who had to watch his ex move on. He was the one who had to deal with another man calling her phone. He was the one who was disrespected. And in that twisted, narcissist, entitled framework, killing Sean wasn't wrong. It was necessary. It was righteous. It was what any man would do in his mind. And that is what we got to address in our community. That is the mindset that kills us. That is the mindset that says, if she leaves me, I got to destroy her. The mindset that says, if another man want her, I got to kill him. The mindset that says my ego is worth more than human lives. Because Quinton Sanders wasn't just a dangerous because he had a gun. He was dangerous because he believed he was justified. He believed and still believes, sitting in that jail cell, that what he did was understandably. It was understandable. That what he did was almost reasonable. And that scares me more than the gun because guns are tools. But that mindset, that entitlement, that narcissism, that's the factory. We keep on producing men like this. We keep on raising boys to believe that women are prizes, that rejection is an attack, that violence is masculinity. And then we act surprised when they grow up and do exactly what we taught them. I'm not no monster. Yes, you are, Quentin. You are exactly what a monster look like. You are the reason mothers bury their sons. You are the reason women sleep with one eye open. You are the reason why we can't have nothing nice in our damn community. You are the reason a 29-year-old man is dead and a woman is traumatized in a neighborhood is mourning. And the fact that you can't see it, the fact that you believe you ain't no monster, that makes you more dangerous because monsters who don't know they're monsters, they don't change. They don't heal. They don't grow. They just keep being monsters, waiting for the next opportunity, the next woman, the next man, the next situation where their ego feels threatened. And real quick, before I close, I got to mention this because the articles buried it like it was a footnote. This is the second homicide in 5 months at the same housing subdivision. Okay? The same housing subdivisions. Just across the street from where Sean was killed in November, a man named Jeffrey was also shot and killed at 3:55 in the morning. Two men dead, same street, same subdivision, same time of the night, 5 months apart. And I don't know if they caught who killed Jeffrey. The articles don't say. But what I do know is that when violence becomes this normalized in a community, in a neighborhood, when young men are dying in their cars at 4 o'clock in the morning and it's just another homicide, something is deeply wrong. And we can talk about Quinton Sanders all day. We can drag him, and we should. But we also got to talk about why a 31-year-old man in Indianapolis thinks the solution to his problem is a gun. We got to talk about why a 29-year-old man in Indianapolis can't sit in his car at his girlfriend's house without being executed. We got to talk about why this subdivision has had two homicides in 5 months and is barely a headline. Because this is what happens when we don't invest in mental health. When we don't invest in conflict resolution, when we don't teach men how to process rejection without destruction, when we don't teach women how to recognize danger and get out, when we don't have the community structure that intervene before the gun comes out. We got Quinton Sanders. We got Za'Sean Davis. We got another body, another headline, and another I'm not no monster. So here's what I'm leaving y'all with. And this ain't just for the comments. This is for your life. Women, when he takes your phone, that's the moment. That is the red line. That's when you stop trying to be reasonable and start trying to survive. Scream, run, break something, get attention. Do not get back in that car. Do not go to that house. Do not believe he's just upset and he'll calm down. The moment he controls your communication and your movement, you are in danger. Period. Stop sleeping with Satan while you calling yourself a Christian. The devil don't need your prayers. He needs your absence. Men, caring about your women is not the problem. Showing up is not the problem. But learn the difference between protective and possessive. Learn that if she with her ex and he won't leave her, you call the police. You call the police. You don't pull up alone. You don't sit in your car waiting. You create a situation where she can get out, not a situation you become the next victim. And learn to handle your emotions. Rejections ain't death. A breakup is not war. Your ego ain't worth the body. Parents, teach your sons that be a man means be kind, be responsible, be accountable. Teach them that crying is human and killing is evil. Teach them that no woman owns them their body. No woman owes them their body. No woman owes them their time or their loyalty. Teach them that no, that is a complete sentence. No is a complete sentence. If you ain't teaching them, somebody else is. And it might be the streets or it might be Quinton Sanders. And all of us stop romanticizing jealousy. Stop calling control love. Stop making excuses for men who show you who they are, because Quinton Sanders showed everybody who he was. In that CVS parking lot, on that phone call, in that car, before he even pulled that trigger. And Sean Davis is dead because we as a culture keep missing the signs. Keep making excuses. Keep calling monsters good men who just had a bad moment. He ain't no monster though, right, Quinton? Right? I need y'all to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share this with somebody who needs to hear it. All right? And man, I tell you, mm-mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. Justice definitely need to be served. And if I'm hearing this right, I think the man is still on a run. I think they're looking for him. Not sure, but I'll keep you guys updated.